Um, Back to football. Let me just tell you some Parcells-isms, I like to call them, because I tell you this guy has taught me, and another thing, like, even though I didn't initially like playing football or anything, as I played, I began to understand that football was shaping me as a man, and it was like I was learning about life through football. And it was like, it was the first time in my life that I ever committed to something and stuck to it. It was the first time that I worked hard, like really gave my all towards something, because I didn't want to squander the opportunity that I had. But Parcells, I mean, there's so many Parcells stories, and I'm not going to tell them all because I'm going to try to be brief. Well, that's a foregone conclusion. But I'll never forget him. I was injured one day, and it was really bad, and I go to him and I say, Parcells was like my consigliere. Isn't that what they call it in the mob? Like, so I would always call him when I was making big decisions. And I call him, I said, Coach, my knee is really killing me. I don't know that I can play with it. And he said, Curtis, well, listen, I'm a big fan of you taking care of your body first. He said, but I've always believed one thing, Curtis. I said, what's that, Coach? He said, you should, that voice Parcells has, you should never come out of the huddle because you never know who's going in the huddle. And that was just something that stuck with me, And again, that's one of the lessons that the NFL taught me. You're always replaceable. There's someone always right on your heels. And every year, I'll tell you, there was someone, and I'm not being modest, there was someone on that team that had more ability. They were bigger, stronger, faster, quicker, but I just outworked everyone. Another Parcells story, because you gotta understand, this guy has really been, he was the first male that I had as a positive role model, and I really looked up to him, and I hung on to every word he said. One day we're in practice, and he calls me off the field. So I go over to the sideline, I say, hey, what's up, Coach? And he's like, and he called me Boy Wonder. So he said, Boy Wonder, have you been working hard? I said, well, yeah, of course, Coach. I mean, that's just what I do. I mean, like, I want to outwork everybody in the building, not just the players. I mean, the janitors, the, front office people, everybody. And I said, but why would you ask me that? He said, I just want to make sure you're not fooling yourself. I said, all right, now, what does that one mean? And he said, Boy Wonder, as long as you live, man, never forget this. There's a big difference between routine and commitment. He said, some people just do the same routine over and over again in life. And he said, and some people even get better at that same routine over and over in life. But there's few people who commit to the next level. And I'll tell you, that left an impression on me that even though I knew I worked hard, it made me work harder. And I applied that principle to every facet of my life, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, however it may have been. I'm always trying to commit to the next level. Thank you, Coach Parcells.